Hello and welcome. Quick question for you. Do you have software that you've created, or maybe you have some other event that you have to promote and market for? If you're not creating simple marketing plan timelines for your promotional needs, you are doing yourself a great disservice, like huge. And I'm here to help lighten the load. Hi, my name is Cassandra, and I empower people just like you to create greater success in their life. I do this by breaking down the tech for programming and digital marketing into easy to understand, bite sized pieces. Today, you're going to learn how to easily create a marketing plan with my all time favorite tool, Miro. And if you've never heard of it, you're in for a treat. Now, to make sure that we optimize our time here together today, I'm going to be answering any questions that come up on my live stream, which I just realized I need to add them over here on my Melon app. I will be answering questions at the end of the live stream to make sure that that you get the information you came to see today. So, for those who are staying to the end, I have something special that I'm offering to only 10 people, but I'm going to share more on that a little later. So stay tuned. Now, on to the good stuff. How to create an easily, excuse me, how to easily create a marketing plan timeline using Miro. Now, there's a lot that goes into a marketing plan, and here we go. If you go to this URL right here, processheart.com/marketing plan. If you go to that URL, there's a lot more information there, but I will not be covering all of that today. So be sure to check it out at your leisure. I am, however, going to be leveraging the information from this article right here for this timeline training for you. So let's go ahead and bring up Miro. Okay, so this is my Miro board, and for those who decide to join me for that thing that I'm about to share at the end of this video, this will be given to you as a template for you to be able to leverage whenever you want. So let's go ahead and get started with the table of contents here. Oh. So in Miro, think of it like a big digital whiteboard, right? You can link things here, which is what you see, these little icons here. They link to different pieces that I need. Either they are templates that I'm looking at, content ideas, blog posts I need to be aware of, things like that. So I have a table of contents. It's within its own frame. Now in Miro, I'm not going to go into all the things about Miro. They actually have a fantastic certification program for free that you can go through, but I will be covering a couple of things here today. So your frame, I have a table of contents frame, so I can easily find it here in the directory search on the, here, let me close this, you should be able to see it. Right here, the open sidebar, right? And actually, the marketing plan is for the whole thing. If you want to see this replay, this is the URL for that. So right, so table of contents, this is where I kind of gather all the materials that people may need. Maybe it's the copy that you're writing for your content. Maybe it is location of code. Maybe it is some other assets for what you need for your marketing efforts. So I have blog post marketing plan, which this was the first link that I linked to. I have the easily create your marketing plan timeline blog post, because both of these I'm actually creating a series on for, well, for you and for my students. And so I want to make sure that they are updated appropriately in regards to this marketing plan that I have for something that I'm doing on the end of this year. So I'm actually taking this time to create something with you that actually needs to be created. So those are the two blog posts. I have a 2023 calendar to make it easy to kind of see what's going on in my year to make sure I can plan best. Again, here is a Google Drive folder that will have all my plans and documents. I have two items here that are included. One is the main copy doc. It's actually inside the folder. And one is another folder for assets. So the different social media images, maybe you have like bumper videos, whatever might be an asset for your marketing efforts, or maybe you have many events leading up to a big major one. So that's what this is. Now, moving over to these purple items, these purple ones are basically other sections of the board. So if you go to, let's say, MP decisions or marketing plan decisions, this will take you, boom, right here to where these are decisions that you have to cover when you're thinking of your marketing plan, which was the URL down below without the dash timeline, right? It goes through that. But for now, we're going to go back to table of contents, and I'm going to cover the rules, as it were, for developing this marketing plan timeline. So first of all, whether it's your timeline, your full marketing plan, you want to remain dry. Dry is a term that comes from software development. And maybe it's from also other places, but I know it from software development, and it means don't repeat yourself. So don't do the same code over and over again, right? Find ways to eliminate time wasters, find ways to create templates for things. So you want to do that because even though you may not think you're going to need to leverage this again in the future, I have been surprised at how many times I've had to reuse things. And so I eventually started thinking, okay, from the get go, with the projects that I'm working on, what do I need to do to establish something that's going to allow me to maybe do this again next year? Maybe expand this out into a bigger type of event. So those are things that keep in the back of my mind. But basically, remain dry. Don't repeat yourself. Number two, establish your goals, which is again part of that marketing plan. So marketing dash plan without the dash timeline there. You want to create your marketing plan timeline, which is what we're going to be covering most today. I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but I'm going to give you enough so you understand the gist of what's going to be accomplished with this particular marketing plan. And of course, once you have the general big idea of when things are supposed to be happening and what's going to be required of it, that's when you break it down further and move forward. So for example, maybe you know that you have 3 lives that you're going to be doing in promotion of a monthly, or rather an annual event. Then you know that you need to prepare for 3 webinars. What does that look like? What's this, all that stuff I'm going to cover in a second. So those are the rules, as it were. Now, I'm going to come back to these blue ones here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and go to MP decisions. So MP decisions are the decisions that you have to make for your marketing plan. You've got to know your purpose. Why are you making this marketing plan? You have to know your target audience. Who are they? What do they like? What do they dislike? What are their pain points? What really lights them up inside? Where is your target audience located? If your target audience is on, let's say, LinkedIn, maybe you're a business to business type of business. Maybe or you're an employee, right? You're looking for a job. Your target audience is most likely going to be on LinkedIn. Maybe your target audience is on you. You just have to think about that. That's something you've got to determine. You also need to determine your dates leading up to your event, how many of them you're going to prepare for in advance. If you're doing something bi-weekly, well, you don't have a whole lot of time to prepare, right? Maybe have one thing in between the weeks. If you have something every month, then you have lots of time to do preparations. You also need to figure out what digital marketing mediums that you're going to choose to complete your marketing campaigns. And that's part of your target audience and the purpose of your particular marketing timeline plan. You also know your event dates. For this particular example, I am having a Python Basics Bootcamp at the end of this year. I've decided to do it once this year because of how much time and effort it takes, because this is a really big intensive. So I know that the event is going to be in October. So I need to plan accordingly throughout the rest of the year, and especially in the few weeks leading up to it. Now, you need to know the benefits for whatever it is that you're doing. For this one, I need to know the benefits of my students. And this is not like, oh, you get like direct connection with me, and here are the pieces of what you're getting, right? This is why, like, what is it going to benefit this person to go to this event, or to buy this product? If they're buying a sweatshirt, it's not because they want to buy the sweatshirt and necessarily a cool logo. They want to be warm. They want to be comfortable. They want to feel like they've got a hug, right? You've got to tap into the mind of your target audience and talk to them about the benefits, not what they're actually getting of the product. They can look at that in like a product sales page, right? Or your doc page if it's a software development. So benefits for your target audience, assets to be created, what it needs to be, so that's based on your digital marketing mediums and how often you're going to be marketing to people, and then your timeline expectations, which is part of creating the timeline portion. So on here, you'll see that on purpose, I have a comment. Oh, there's the technical stuff. It's disappeared. There it is. So again, I'm creating I'm marketing for my Python Basics Bootcamp that I'm going to be doing in October. My target audience, I know who it is, but I haven't put it on here just yet, just because I need to redo some things of what I've had done last year. Weekly dates, I know that because the event is in October, the weekends, for the weeks prior that I'm going to be aggressively marketing for this, it's going to be those dates that you see there in the comments. For the marketing mediums chosen, now, you do not have to do all this, and I'm sure there's other things that I am not choosing to do. But for the most part, your staples should be email, YouTube, and some other platform that your people specifically are on. Now, the reason I say email is because your email is your list. Now, as long as you're being ethical about it and emailing the right people and all that good stuff, you are doing a service. You're not just being spammy, right? And so people will want to open your emails. So email can work for you whether the platform that you were advertising on kicks you off for no reason, right? Because you don't own the software. Whatever the reason may be, email is basically your Rolodex of the 21st century, if you know what a Rolodex is. So that's definitely something you want to leverage. And if you don't have one, you need to grow one. And I have other content on that. So lives are so great for building your awareness, and that and for other things. They help people get to know you better because they get to see you live and in person. Well, in person, and also the platforms that you're on, they boost live video more, so you kind of want to do that where you can. And then what I have for remarketing is reels, TikTok, and my blog. What I mean by remarketing is once you have, let's say, a live or whatever your content is, even if it's an image, you can repurpose this on other platforms. You can make a reel and go, oh my gosh, I just made a blog on how to convert HTML to React. You should totally check it out. Boom, right? Here's your reel. Or maybe you do a video like this, you take a small section and then you put it on a reel or a TikTok or whatever. Or, right, you embed the main video or pieces of it on your blog. So many different things to do. You do not have to do all of them. That's why you have to create your marketing plan first before you try to create your timeline, because otherwise you might just overwhelm yourself with so much to do. I've been doing this a while, so I have my own processes and systems that I teach my students, so it's a little bit easier for me. Benefits, right? You can go through this, what they are. I just listed some. Eventually, if you have enough, you might want to actually have a document. But again, I did this, or attempted to do this quickly for you today. Assets to be created. So these are things that I try to templatize. I try to create a theme. What does it look like? Can they make them all look similar, even if they're different sizes, right? So a thumbnail for your videos, a wide thumbnail for your actual videos, and then a long one for your short form. There we go. Short form videos. Social media images that are platform specific. So your Pinterest is not going to be the same as your Instagram, for example, or even your LinkedIn. Email banners, if you use them, you want to be careful with that because there are certain things you want to be mindful of in your email marketing. And then, of course, you also want to have copy or the words for your emails, blogs, and posts. Okay, so those are the decisions that you have to make for whatever it is you're marketing, again, whether it's software or an event. Let's go ahead and go to Gist MP. So Gist is one of the templates that I want to share with you. And when you go to the article, I'm fuzzy. When you go to the URL down below, there are 3 templates that I wanted to make sure that you had if you wanted to leverage them. But I'm going to show you how to get to them from here. So again, you want to stay dry. Don't repeat the process. If you can find a template that gets you what you need and you don't have to spend the time to create yourself, fantastic. Don't be afraid to make your own, but definitely take a look at these templates. Now, how do you get there? So there's this thing right here. Looks like, golden ratio, almost box area. This is templates. If it's not up here, you'll click the arrows here to expand for a more menu. And for some reason, this is a little slow, so I'm sorry. But you'll see it here if it's not already on your favorites, which you can move and drag. So when you click on templates, and it finally comes up. There are so many templates, but one of the ones that I wanted to share specifically, which I thought is right here, maybe it's not. Oh no. Um, okay, that's unfortunate. Community templates, maybe. Okay, maybe not. Okay, regardless, this is how you find the templates. I guess I don't remember how I found the ones that I found today, but basically there's three others. One of them is, oh, there it is. There it is. Hey. Okay, so this one right here, the Mountain of Tomorrow project, this was one of them. So you can click on use if you want to immediately add it to your board, but I'm going to click preview. So just so you can see what it looks like. I'm not actually using this one. I'm going to use a different one. But I want to show you what this looks like because you can have fun templates. You can see, like what they look like and if they're going to be valid for what you're trying to do for your team. This one, I really like how this one is, again, because I just thought it was fun. And you can always make them to your liking and what works for you. But I liked this one because it showed progress and milestones and not just a timeline, as it were. So again, this is one of them, but the one that I want to bring your attention to specifically is the Yanis Joannis Pasmatsis Just Framework. I know I probably butchered that name, and I'm sorry if I did. But here is how you get it. So again, this template will be for my students. So if you want to learn more about that, stay till the end. But this is one of the Miroverse templates. Miro has a universe or a Miroverse of templates that you can create or use. This one, again, if you come to the Miroverse website for it and you click Use Template, click on the down arrow and you can choose which board you want to add it to. I want to add it to Marketing Plan Timeline. You can see that it's opening up another tab. And so what it's doing is it's taking that timeline, excuse me, taking that template and it's adding it to my board. So it's a little bit slow because for whatever reason, my computers have been having, what's the word? Insurgents issues. They've been revolting. Yeah, they've been revolting. At some point it should load. Let me refresh my screen, I guess. And man, my video is just choppy. Choppy. All right. So as you can see, it's now starting to load. I probably should have just added this before I came on live. My apologies. I was trying to do something like slick and fun with you on this call, but seemingly this is not very time efficient. Made everything else. So while we wait for whatever to happen here, I have this other section for timeline expectations. So for simple example, and I'll just kind of, maybe I won't. Oh, come on. Okay, well, I'm going to let it do its thing, and I'll just kind of walk you through the process verbally until I can actually get it on this video. And if I have to, I will re-record the actual process that I go through and post it on this blog post right here, just so you can make sure that you have, of course, unresponsive, make sure that you have all this information. So, oh, did it add it? There it is. Okay. Did it add it twice? Oh, this is much bigger than I thought. Okay, so it added all the things. So for this one, I probably would not suggest following the process that I just gave you. I would use the normal template process, the first one that I showed you, because there you can actually say, hey, I want the filled in one where it has both the empty and the pre-filled, i.e. Examples of how to use it. But you can also say, I just want the empty one, and you can move from there. So this one automatically dumps the whole thing, which is fine, except apparently it has a lot and it's really lagging down my computer. So, and they're a little bit bigger than what I would normally have. So let's go back, hopefully, to timeline expectations. So let's say that you have an event and it is not a regular occurrence. Maybe it's something you're running ads to. Maybe it's an annual event for an for internal company needs. Whatever it is, it's kind of big, and you have to market for it. So the first step that I would do is I would notate what's the day, right? So um, So whatever the day is, you know that you need to do the live. You need to find the people for it. You need to do all that, and that's going to be part of your project planning, right? That's not part of your timeline, unless there's things like signing contracts, etc. But for this, we're just going to focus on your digital marketing plan, uh, just for time's sake. So whatever it is, you know they need to have a follow-up email so that they can get whatever it is you promised them. Maybe it's the recording, maybe it's a blog post with a recording, maybe it's templates, whatever it is. You need to know that you have the copy and you need to prepare whatever assets are needed for that follow-up that should be done within 24 hours after the event. If you can't do that, right, let the people know on your event, when to expect it. You also want to have a reminder. Usually the best reminder, like last minute, is 24-hour saying, hey, can't wait to see you on tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Because especially when it's email, people aren't reading their emails. How many emails do you get in your inbox? I know that I get a lot, and a lot is missed, unfortunately. But that's how it is, right? So you need 24-hour reminder via email. A 1 week between events. So example, with Instagram Summit 2021. Yes, 2021. We had a weekly Q&A was one thing. We had weekly Q&A for questions about the Instagram launch that ManyChat was doing. We had monthly webinar trainings that we were teaching users on how to use the product, as well as how to leverage the different things that we were planning on doing at Instagram Summit, right? So for me, we had it weekly, so we had to plan for the emails, the reminders, the follow-ups, etc. If you have assets that you're not creating, maybe you have a design team, you need to make sure that you understand what their turnaround time is. Sometimes they can do it in like 5 minutes. Sometimes they may have to take the full 3 business days, or however much they say that you've established working with them, that this is what they need. Regardless, whatever it is, make sure that you plan that into your marketing to give them the time to be able to do that. That also includes your approvals. Are you the person that approves everything? Do you have to give it to somebody else to approve? Give yourself at least 1 business day, or however long that they say that they can provide the turnaround. So those are things you need to do. These are just, again, example timeline expectations. Hopefully my computer will react a little bit faster now, and I can walk you through what I have over here. So I'm not going to go through the goals. Oh, oh boy. All right. So on this one, what I would do, so this is the I love it. This is the template. And so what I would do, and what I am going to do, is I would take this, because this is very similar to what I made when I was at ManyChat. This is very similar to what I did coming back to Cisco for planning purposes. And so instead of, again, recreating the wheel, staying dry, right? This template is so close to it. So what I'm going to be doing is I have, this would be like when it's due. So maybe the event day, come on. So event, maybe it's, let's say October 1 through 28, right? So whatever the, whatever your day is. Yeah, and this is done a little bit different. They have what they're currently working on. This might be used more in an agile format. But again, I'm showing you a timeline. You can, templates are great for using for all kinds of things. Okay, so maybe you have a date here. So October 7, 14, 21, and 28. October 7, 14, 21, 28. Actually, I need to look before that. I'm just going to do, you know what? I'm going to use my handy calendar that I started doing this year, or redoing this year, and look at these dates. Because again, trying to make this quick, right? So normally you would have these on your board. Since I'm having so many issues with this moving around, I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. So I have dates here. So I'm actually going to go back to September, actually August, right? Because we said it was a couple of weeks before then for the marketing purposes. So the first time is 19. So we have, and September 28th is the one most closest to the date. So we're going to take the one to the left. September 28th, which is a Saturday. So that's 1 week that I'm going to be pushing for this particular program. September 21, also a Saturday. Right, and so you would again, you would space this out in such a way that you're covering each of the weeks up leading up to your particular event. So I'm going to stop there for now on that piece, so you can figure it out from there. And I'm going to move these pieces out of here. Again, I'm not making the whole thing today. I'm trying to keep this short, sweet, and simple. Okay, so you have your events. You have at least a couple of weeks ahead of time for whatever it is you're trying to do. So for my particular example, maybe you know that you're going to be doing a Facebook Live. Maybe you know you're going to be doing email recap. You should also do an announcement. Did I not write that in there? Okay, I'm going to stop on that one since it's still acting so slow. And I think, yeah, I think I'm going to hold off on that for now. So what I'm going to do, because I'm trying not to make this a very long training for you, is I've given you the pieces here. And what I'll do is I will finish out how this will look, and I'll put some screenshots on this actual article right here once it's done, moving through more about how this would look and things like that, because again, this is meant to be short, but also I will be going more in depth with this with my students. So again, you would add these pieces here, you'd link them to the places that they need to be linked to, and you would make sure that you prep for it, right? Make sure that your other pieces are there from it. This is supposed to be high level. This is not supposed to be very extremely detailed. Miro has different integrations. So like if you have Jira or Slack or WebEx Teams, Microsoft Teams, like there's so many different things that you can integrate with Miro to ensure that there are no missing data points. So don't worry about that. But again, you want to make this so that it's easy, not just for you, whether it's right now or in the future, but for anybody who's going to be working with you. Because unless you're a one person team like myself and for my business, you generally have other people to support you. I've done marketing for, again, Cisco for Data Symposium 2020 and 2021. I've done it for a coding hour, which was something that I started and ran for 3 years. That was a bi-weekly training program for data science, AI, ML, Python, etc. And I've done this for many things at ManyChat as well. So this is, again, just a process. And this is going to be a continually changing process, because what worked for you before, maybe it doesn't work anymore. Maybe you found something better, found a new template, whatever. So be patient with yourself. This is a new tool, most likely for many people who see this video. And if it's not, great. Would love to know what you use this for in your timelines. And I think that's all. Let me double check my notes here. Yeah. Okay. So there were some other things I wanted to show today, but again, I am going to go into a deeper dive on this with my students, which I'll go into that in just a second. And once I'm done creating a plan, I'm going to create some images that will be shared on this blog post once I have them, for those that wanted to see the finished product and my computer just is not cooperating. So that's it. Thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere else, so I really appreciate that you spent your time here with me today. If you found value in what was shared, be sure to empower someone else and let them know about this content. Oh, you want more? Then be sure to turn on notifications. And this is being streamed in multiple locations, so take your pick. Now, before I go, I've been alluding to this program for a bit, so I just wanted to remind you that I've done something new for this year. Last year, I started a Python Basics Bootcamp, and this year I'm doing something a little bit different. I have opened up my mentorship program, and I'm only offering 10 more spots this month. During my career as a software engineer and the digital marketer, I found that it doesn't matter if you're planning a go-to-market strategy for new software that you've developed, or you're trying to get people to attend an event. You must learn how to leverage multiple digital marketing channels in order to be seen by the most people likely interested in what you are promoting. So I've designed a new opportunity to empower those interested in growing their skills in digital marketing and programming. Because the truth is, even if you get a degree in computer science like I did, technology is evolving at a rapid rate. And without a mentor or a group of people to support you, it may seem overwhelming to keep up. And I understand your pain. I'm constantly learning myself. That's why I created my monthly mentorship program. So if you're looking to have direct connection with someone who has worked in both digital marketing realm as well as software development, if you are tired of if you're tired of confusing trainings, lack of responses to your inquiries on discussion boards, or simply would just like a more human approach to learning, then my monthly mentorship program might be the right fit for you. Connect with me on whatever platform that you found this on, and we can chat about what you're looking to accomplish, what you feel you need assistance with, and how I may be able to further empower you for success in those endeavors. All right, that's it from me for now. Thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day.